So we're at almost the halfway point of spring ball. You guys have been practicing for a while now. Obviously, practice tomorrow. What insight can you give us to how things have been going?
I mean, just really, really exciting, to be honest with you, man. Like, when I think about my past spring balls, I mean, I'm old head now on the team, so I've gone through a couple of them. This has to be one of the most competitive spring balls we've had as far as the offense and defense goes. I mean, our scheme with Coach K and just the energy he's brought to our team has just been tremendous. He truly just understands our scheme and understands our guys. I think he really plays to our strengths on the Penn State offense, and it doesn't hurt us either that our quarterbacks and running backs are vets now and are playing at an elite level. So it's been really exciting to see everybody compete, see the young guys get after it, and then Coach Allen too. I mean, you're talking about a head coach that was at another elite program at Indiana in the Big Ten, competing with us. And to see what he brings to the table to Penn State now, coming from a head coach to a coordinator and a position coach, it's just been exciting to see. And he just both of those guys, pure energy. And can't forget about Coach Stig, Coach Lustig, coming from Vanderbilt, special teams coordinator. I mean, we call offense, defense, we fence, special teams. I think that's kind of like a big thing for special team coordinators around any school. Like, they bring like a crazy amount of juice, like a crazy amount of energy to the meetings, keeping guys really invested in special teams, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to get a lot of guys into the NFL. Like, the NFL only cares a certain amount of guys, and if you can't play special teams, you're not playing. You're probably getting cut or you're getting sent to that scout team. So
yeah, and that's one of the things that the entire staff really harps on, and they've harped on for so long. It doesn't matter what type of guy you are. If you're the star player on the team, if you're a role player, they want guys on special teams competing no matter who you are. Like you said, that's the key for so many people in the league where it's hard to differentiate talent-wise from other guys. Yeah. Being able to play special teams and having done that at the college level is a great way to differentiate. I mean, there are guys that we played with who were in the NFL that you may not even know are in the NFL and have been on special teams roles for years. I mean, Dan Chisena was a walk-on, didn't really play much of receiver here, but he's been playing in the NFL for 3-4 years now, and he's been making a good living doing it.
Yeah, guys like Cam Brown, obviously, with the Giants, and then now even the guys that I played with most recently, like John Sutherland, who's been in the league for a long, long time because of his contributions on special teams. And then as anything, your versatility shows your value to a team or to a business or to anything. So you completely dominate on special teams, they're more inclined to give you some reps on defense or on offense or your respective position.
I want to swing back to what you said about Coach K and the offense. Not only are you on the offense, you are the center of the offense. You're communicating with the O-line pre-snap every play. You're communicating with the quarterback. You're a central piece in that communication and getting that offense going. How have you guys been able to transition under a new OC, and what's made that successful so far?
Really him, because he's a natural teacher. Like, he really he understands how to. There's one thing to know something, like you know it, but to be able to take that and really dumb it down almost to a sense for us to all understand it and be cohesive is important. So his schemes to the naked eye or to defenses are like, oh my God, what is going on here? Like, what, all these twists and motions and alignments and realignments and shifts, and that's tough. That's tough because you're trying to really diagnose the front and make move calls and set the front to the strength and such. And he dresses it up real well. But for us, it's really easy to understand. And I think that just comes with how he teaches it. I think that comes with the communication coming from Drew and Bo, and then from myself and the offensive line guys taking advantage of our time to really learn to call and learn to play in the offseason.
Yeah. I want to look at the other side of the ball. You mentioned that this spring, more so than other ones, has been super duper competitive throughout the entire duration of spring ball. What has Tom Allen brought to that defense? Obviously, you replaced Manny Diaz, potentially the best defensive coordinator in the country the past 2 seasons. How have you seen that group transition, and what's allowed them to keep it competitive in practice?
Really gritty. I mean, it's a really gritty defense, and I think you kind of get, when you have a DC like that, you get a little complacent because you're like, all right, he's going to get us in the right formation, he's going to get us in the right call. But I feel as though, like, Coach Allen, I mean, although, like, probably similar, like, in terms of, like, scheme and such like that. I mean, you can run so many different defenses, of course, and so many different twists and stunts and pressures and all that. But I think his leadership style allows leaders within the defense to almost take charge,
right? Which
is really important, I think. I think it's to have, like, a strong Mike, to have a strong D tackle that's very vocal, like Devon, like Tyler Elgin, like Kobe King, and then to have safeties like KJ Winston, and Jerry Reed, who really can just, set the front, set the standard for the defense is important because, player-led teams always go the farthest. You know what I mean? When you depend on a coach to take you somewhere, you only go as far as where the coach takes you. But when you have guys that are willing to lead and you have guys that are willing to invest into a championship-level team, that's what you're going to get out of them.
Yeah, so much of having a player-led team has to do with culture. Like, that's what culture is, actually. If you break it down to what we're actually talking about, is guys on the team who understand the expectation and they hold themselves and the rest of their peers accountable. That's important to have. Not just Tom Allen, but Manny Diaz, all the way back to my dog, Brent Pry.
Yeah.
There's been a culture of leaders in that D coordinator spot for quite a while at this point, and that's how you continue to turn out these veteran leaders who are perfect in transition from coordinator to coordinator. So it kind of has played off of itself. I'm excited to see that group. You mentioned some of the young guys who are competing at a high level. As one of the vets on the team, who are some guys that we should be talking about after their performance this spring thus far? I'm
really excited to see Andrew Yabaye. He works his dang tail off, man. He works his tail off. Obviously, if you watched last year, you got to see some flashes of Jamil Lyons. Yeah. Jamil Lyons is a real dominant D, and I love how he plays the run. Specifically pools, he plays the pool real strong and really he doesn't try to just wrong shoulder or avoid. He really sets the edge and gives it to the pooler, which usually when you're pulling, you're thinking, I'm about to get him. Like, I'm blindsided, you don't know what's coming. You try to light somebody up, but when they bring it to you, that definitely sets the example and standard for a defense. And Luke Reynolds, to be honest with you, I know that I just said two tight ends, it might be a cop-out, but I love his mentality. He reminds me of a young Tyler Warren. Guy who just comes in, is quiet, puts his head down, works, asks questions, learns, and understands what it is to be a great football player. I'm excited to see him.